was 2009. I was 32 years old, single dad, and I had been out of work for over a year due to the housing market crashing. My daughter was 6 years old. I had zero income coming in because I was a 1099 employee and I was not eligible for unemployment benefits. Out of work, no vehicle, and living with my mom, raising my 6-year-old daughter. I didn't know I was depressed, but I was depressed, looking back at it. One day I got up, got dressed and got on a bus to go downtown Detroit just to get some fresh air. And I saw the movie Red Dawn filming. So I thought it'd be a good idea to sneak on set and ask the director, do I have to go to school to work in film? And I met the sound mixer by the name of Kurt Francis. He was an Oscar Award winner for mixing sound on Born Supremacy. And to me, he looked like the director. You know, he had his glasses on a string, he had a director's chair. When I asked him, how do you become a director? He told me that's like asking, how do you become the president? I hung out on set for about 3 or 4 hours, and then I realized that my daughter was getting ready to get out of school. So I let Kurt know that I had to leave. I came back the next day, and then that's when they asked me to meet the other assistant directors. They were explaining that department to me and how it worked. I could just start in a business as a production assistant and work my way up to assistant directing, and then go from there, either into producing or even becoming a director. I went from having no job to being gainfully employed, working every day in a matter of weeks. I just went to ask a question. I wasn't expecting to get a job. So when I was working, I had to pinch myself like, am I really here? You know? And then I was meeting the other kids that was working as PAs, and a lot of them went to school for film, and I had just walked up. And so it was like, wow, like I'm here. So I was thanking Kurt every other day. And he was like, it's okay, just go work. The job was a blessing, but I still had to get there. So every day I had to catch the bus. I had to be at the bus stop at 3 a.m., 3:30 a.m. sometime. And it was cold. We talked in November, December, so that's what I had to do. And at the end of the film, they gifted me a 1997 Mercury Sable. It was overwhelming. The filming center was great because after Red Dawn, numerous films came to Michigan after that. That following year in 2010, I pretty much worked on every movie that came to the city of Detroit. When the film incentive left, it was 2014, I was working on Superman versus Batman, and that was the last big movie to touch Michigan. I hated to do it, but I had to leave to finish my career. So I moved to Texas, and from Texas, after a year, I went to Atlanta, and a lot of Michiganders are in Atlanta working, and I ran into a lot of them, and all of us want to come back home. Right now, I'm living in Atlanta, and I go home to my apartment. I have no family there. Life isn't all about work, it's about a healthy balance. So if the Multimedia Jobs Act passes here, Michigan will blow up, and a lot of people will stay, and a lot of people who left will come back. Work will be bigger than it ever was before.